Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to dmartez.com. I'm Martez, your host, your source for information, inspiration, and laughter. You're at the midpoint of your week. It's Wednesday, October the 26th, 2011. And as you can see, I'm outside early this morning just for you, located here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, in front of the Breck Independence Park Theater, here to tell you about New Venture Theater's latest production, Once on This Island. And I'm really excited about this show because I have the star of the show, Shanna Burris. Shanna, thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
I'm just excited. You know, I was thinking about this interview and I thought, this is your third time on the Martez Show.
Yes.
It is. You first, Dreamgirls. Mm-hmm. Second, Sweet Georgia Brown.
Right.
And now Once on This Island. Okay, so for everybody who may not have seen those other interviews, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, I'm Shanna Burris. I was born and raised here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and I love performing in general. I've been performing since the age of 11. And recently, after graduating high school, I did go into event coordinating and design, and I opened my own event production company, Glamour Celebrations.
Okay.
And last year, I decided to retire from that to pursue performing full time.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and to complete my studies in performance.
So was that a hard transition for you?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Okay, so everybody talks about this acting bug. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't know what kind of bug it is. Is it a big old mosquito or what? But when did the acting bug bite you?
The acting bug bit me when I was 11 and bit me really hard last year.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
And that was for...
I needed a tetanus shot for it.
A tetanus shot. And that was, you were bitten for... was it Dreamgirls?
Dreamgirls.
And I was actually in Dreamgirls.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's how we met.
Exactly. So how did you hear about New Venture Theater?
It was actually kind of fate because last year I said, you know, I really, really want to start performing again. Because I hadn't performed in 5 years since graduating high school.
Okay.
And I auditioned for American Idol in New Orleans last summer.
Okay.
Didn't get through, along with a lot of other really, really talented people.
Right.
And my sister had an email from a dean of hers from Southern who said something about New Venture Theater's Dreamgirls audition. So she, knowing that it's my favorite musical, she just forwarded it to me. And I was available that weekend because I didn't have a wedding to coordinate. So I said, what's the hurt?
Right.
Go ahead and audition. And I was just hoping to get a dancing part. I had no idea that God would bless me with the role of Morel Robinson.
Right. A role that you played wonderfully.
Thank you.
I mean, just love it. Just love it. And speaking of Dreamgirls, if you miss Dreamgirls, and I don't know why you would have missed Dreamgirls, but let's go to a clip of Miss Shanna Burris in action as Laurel in New Venture Theater's production of Dreamgirls.
Laurel, you're not going to, baby. You can't go, baby. I love you. And Laurel answer me. Laurel answer me.
So that was Shanna Burris as Laurel in Dreamgirls. Wonderful job.
Thank you.
And to think that was like a year ago. Do you miss that show?
I do. Every show that I've ever done since then, I've missed. I mean, I have a personal relationship with all of the characters that I've had the opportunity to portray. So, Yes, I wish we could do it again.
Right. So do I. I want to get back on stage.
Right.
So tell me about Once on This Island. Now, interesting title, but tell us about what is it? I mean, are we on an island far off, or what is it?
Well, it's kind of a spin on The Little Mermaid kind of meets the love and tragedy of Romeo and Juliet. And it's told on a Caribbean island, and it's about a dark-skinned peasant girl.
This don't look like no peasant.
Thank you. Who falls in love with a light-skinned young man on the other side of the Caribbean island who has a higher social status than she does. And it's about the two social statuses kind of trying to keep their love apart. And so I guess you just have to kind of see if they live happily ever after or they don't.
Or they don't. So it's kind of like, somebody from one side of the tracks meeting someone on the other side of the tracks.
Right. And that is really a watered down generalization of the story because there's so many other aspects, so many other details that I left out.
Okay, right, because we don't want to spoil it.
We don't want to spoil anything.
We don't want to spoil it.
We don't want to spoil anything.
Okay, so in this show you sing, right?
Yes.
Okay, what is your favorite song in this show?
That's hard. My favorite song would be Forever Yours because of it has so many different elements in it. Well, I don't want to tell you why it has so many different elements because then I may be giving the story away.
Right.
But it's a beautiful song between Daniel, who's played by Michael Russ, and myself, and Papa Gay, who is played by Leonard Harris.
Okay.
And the ensemble does a beautiful job of singing the ensemble part of the song. So it's just a great display of all the talent in the show.
All the talent in the show. Now, this is a big production for New Venture. Huge. The music, the set, the costumes. How often do you all rehearse?
5 days a week.
5 days a week.
Typically 3 hours an evening. Sometimes it can go a little longer depending on how farther on in rehearsals we are.
Right.
Sometimes we are able to just kind of touch bases on what we need to touch bases on, and it's over a little earlier, not that much earlier though.
Right.
And so that's pretty much all, the rehearsal process. And usually between 7 to 10 weeks, it just depends on the production and the amount of material we all have to learn.
So is the cast big? It's a huge cast?
It's a huge cast.
Huge cast. Any dirty gossip you want to tell me?
No, I have to be honest with you. This cast, every cast that I've ever been blessed to work with, of course, you've done theater. You know that there's always some kind of underlying drama.
Right.
This cast has had absolutely no drama.
No drama.
None.
No, just all love.
All love. And honestly, I can say with every New Venture Theater production that I've ever been a part of, it's always been all about love.
Yes.
And sometimes when you love each other so much, you want to strangle each other sometimes.
Just a little bit.
Just a little.
Right.
But we've had a beautiful, beautiful process, and everyone is so talented, and I'm just so excited for everyone to come out and see the great talent.
Yeah, so am I. So let's go back for just a second. I remember when you were Sugar and Sweet Georgia Brown. That was Sugar Baker. That was a New Venture Theater original.
Yes.
And you twist and shook on that stage. I was like, wow, is her hip gonna come unglued? But Sugar compared to your character in Once on This Island.
Oh God, totally different. There's no comparison.
Okay.
None.
Because Sugar was
in no way
more.
Sugar Baker was a loud, feisty, yet very sweet and loving, over-the-top Southern belle.
Yeah.
And the type of person that likes to steal the attention from everybody.
Right.
T-Moon is not like that.
T-Moon is not like that.
Right.
And speaking of Sugar, let's go to a clip right now of Shanna Burris as Sugar Baker in New Venture Theater's production of Sweet Georgia Brown. All right, that was Shanna Burris as Sugar and Sweet Georgia Brown. See, you missed that show. You missed greatness. She's hilarious.
Oh, thank you.
So tell me about how, once on this island, how people coming to see this show is going to help with the American Red Cross Haiti Relief. Tell me about that.
Okay, no problem at all. Well, on October 27th, our opening night,
Which is tomorrow. Right.
We will be donating $5 off of every full price ticket to the American Red Cross Haiti Relief Fund.
Oh,
and that is
awesome.
to assist our brothers and sisters in Haiti with everything that they need for, just to get their lives back on track after such a horrible tragedy.
Right, because those people are still
struggling.
Still struggling. So see, it's a great cause. Why not come and see the show?
We also will be donating all the proceeds from the concessions, and we will also have vendors here that have handmade goods like jewelry, Caribbean-inspired jewelry. All the proceeds from that will go towards the Haiti Relief Fund as well.
Awesome, and that's just going to be opening night.
Opening night.
Right.
And we also will have a lovely small reception afterwards.
Oh.
Just so that the people can kind of meet the cast
Right.
and kind of mingle so I'm really looking forward to that.
Stuff. Good stuff. Okay, so you brought a scene from the show.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little snippet to share with the DeMartez viewers. Set the scene up for me.
Okay, this scene is after Timoon has left her village, and she decides that she's going to go and find Daniel, who is the person who she's fallen deeply in love with.
Right.
And she finally arrives in his room after a very long voyage to get there.
Okay.
And they're basically having their first verbal conversation, I guess you could say.
Ah, okay.
And when you come see the show, you'll see why.
You'll see.
So this is the clip from that.
Okay, roll it.
Where did you come from? You're not supposed to be here.
Don't you remember me? It's Timoon.
Get out before I call it off.
You don't know me? I saved your life.
Save my life. What are you talking about?
You don't remember?
No.
I was the one who found you crushed inside your car. I watched over you when you died. I bathed you. I gave you my own mat to lie on. I have seen the scar on your chest like a half moon. Here.
So it was you.
Yeah. You're very ill. You burn like a fire.
My leg won't heal.
The God sends me to make you well.
You think your peasant superstitions can do what doctors can't, little girl?
I kept you alive in the face of danger. Anyone from my village will tell you so.
You're very young.
I came all this way to be with you. Let me stay.
And so pretty.
Yes,
A pretty Timoon sent by the gods.
I am telling you the truth.
Come here, then. Stay the night. What harm can it do? Show me your powers. Make me forget this pain. Who knows? Perhaps the gods did send me to give it after.
All right, and that was the clip from the show Once on This Island. Seeing that clip, I definitely want to come and see the show. And, to support New Venture, who has been so supportive of me, and to see you, you're so talented and beautiful, and you're awesome.
Thank you.
Now, when people come and see the show, what are you hoping that they gain or experience from the show?
Well, I'm really excited for the community to come out and see this show because it's a slightly different musical from some of the musicals that New Venture Theater has done in the past.
Okay.
But I'm just really excited for the community to come out and embrace it because there's so much beautiful Caribbean dancing and Caribbean singing.
Right.
And the storyline is exquisite.
Right.
And I do know that I'm the lead character in the show,
Yes.
but there's so many other great, powerful characters in this show, and a lot of the cast members are actually new to New Venture Theater, so I'm really excited for people to come and see them.
Yeah.
And I just want people to walk away and take away a story of love and triumph and just feel fulfilled, as they always have with any other New Venture production that they've come to see.
Well, Shanna, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here on the show. I
You're
really
very welcome.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
And D. Martez viewers, make sure you come out to see Once on This Island that opens tomorrow, October the 27th, right here at the Breck Independence Park Theater here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. The show will run until November the 13th. Nightly performances at 7:30 and on Saturdays 2 and 7:30. So, hope you enjoyed. Remember, I'm your source for information, inspiration, and laughter. You can follow me on Twitter at D_Martez or like my Facebook fan page, that's D.Martez. Have a wonderful day. Remember, today's going to be the best day of your life. D. Martez, remember, I love you listening.